Excuse me, could you give me my space, please?
Is that your space?
All right, you guys get ready to get rolling?
Yeah, let's send it down range.
You're listening to the Modern Dad Experience.
All right, you guys want to cheers?
Love to.
Smash
Cheers.
the ice.
Cheers, boys.
All right, so trivia was a good time. I knew round one, question number 3, based on how hard it was, that it wasn't in the cards for me. It was not going to be a good round of trivia, so I went straight to the bar. How'd you guys fare?
Yeah, same thing every year. I give a couple answers, and the rest of the time I kind of act like I'm thinking real hard, do a couple look-arounds, a couple guesses. and
Do
then
you
I
offer to buy the mulligans? What do you do?
Not even that. So since I donate a basket of goods and a little bit of money, I feel like I've done my part.
Okay, all right. What do you bring the random knowledge? What 2 answers
Yeah,
did
for
you
sure.
contribute?
I could do a little bit of music and a little bit of food. Other than that, not a lot going on there. And I'm kind of proud of it because some of the questions I'm like, I don't have headspace for more random knowledge. Like I barely get to take advantage of the things I want to do with my time. So
I prefer the ones that I don't know but I can decode. I'm like, oh, okay, I can think about the things I know around it and figure it out. You know, throw those out. What
Man,
about-
I love trivia. I just, I had a good time. I was on Brett's team. We did, okay, I mean, we ended up probably middle of the road, upper end, middle of the road.
upper end of the road for sure.
You know, I usually get, more than half the questions, but
Dang.
yeah, we had a good time. We had
Very
a good
good.
time. That's it, and that's really what's important.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I always like to buy the mulligans because it's like at least I've contributed something.
For sure. I will say, I think my favorite part about this trivia night was it was really short comparatively to every other trivia I've ever done, which
They ran it in a good way, in a streamlined way.
efficient.
8
Yeah.
rounds? Or was it 10?
Eight
yeah.
rounds, and it was efficient.
Were you there?
Partially.
Partially.
It's partially.
For the first 8 rounds, not the last 2.
No, I mean to your point, they started on time. They ran the rounds efficiently because otherwise you can be there for like 4 hours and then it's like,
Yeah.
where are we going?
Apparently last year we took a little too long, they said, or something. They moved it up, I think, in time and tried to squeeze it, a little bit faster.
Last year, didn't they shut down the bar after like round 8 or something? They're like,
Probably wise move.
Probably saved my life. Last year, I overshot the runway by a long distance. I woke up on the couch at home the next morning, like, I remember something.
one of
The
the
couch
better,
isn't the idea.
one of the better places to wake up.
For sure.
Right, yeah, that's
For
true.
sure.
That's
Better
true.
than
Your
somebody
landing
else's
pad.
lawn or what have you.
Well, that's kind of the idea. You get a sitter most of the time that night, if not for the whole night, and kind of go out. At least that's been our experience. That's been our one for sure guaranteed night out. I mean, we have more than one night out, but without the kids, it's pretty great.
Yeah, I'm always a little bit. I overshoot the runway on the silent auction. I'm like,
Oh,
the
man.
5 things I'm managing and bidding on. You know, like last year I had to use your truck to put the raft in the back.
I'm still sitting on stuff from last year that I won and never used.
Oh yeah.
So it's like that. Makes me want to take a drink.
It's a good time though.
A great time. And that's the whole idea, is not buying stuff you're not going to use, but spending some money, goes to the school, getting together with parents, there's teachers there.
It's a
really
big,
cool.
It's a big block party.
Yeah.
It's a winter block party inside.
There you go. I like that.
It's a good time. All right, hot seat. What's the hardest thing about being a parent?
Controlling my temper?
Ooh, tell us about that.
No, actually, I'm pretty proud of temper control that I've attained over the last few years because, like, I don't know, I come from a place of, my parents had tempers. So on one hand, it can be all you know. On the other hand, it can be like, well, you learn from that, right? You either learn from that or you adapt it. So I'm doing a little bit of both. But
Would you say that
There's
based on your childhood experience, you've chosen a different path? Like you,
100%.
I'm going the other direction of what was
Yeah.
modeled.
Because I'm pretty loud, come from some loud folks, loud and proud, right? But at the same time, if I don't want my kids to be loud, I shouldn't be loud, right? If I don't want them to be aggressive, I can't be aggressive. There's also a line where I need to be the authoritative one at some point and make them understand, like, not your buddy, I'm your dad. So yeah, I'd say I feel really great about what I've been able to do controlling my temper. It's still really difficult, though, because I can find myself getting down that path easily. But yeah, I feel like the more and more I control it, the easier and easier it's become.
Okay.
Without that.
Jim?
I think by far the hardest thing about being a parent is doing the right thing. And what I mean by that is the right thing is certainly not always the easy thing. You know, I mean, we're probably going to talk about it later, screen time and all the different things. But, you know, the right thing is to manage that and have, you know, strict boundaries. But the easy thing is, hey, I'll give you a little extra time and you can sit on your iPad and I can get what I need to get done, right? So I think, you know, just consistently doing the right thing is the hardest thing about parenting, you know? And sometimes you know what it is, sometimes you don't. But even when you know what the right thing is, sometimes it's not the easy thing. Or it's the hard thing.
Yeah, totally. So it's the whatever you want to defer or not get into, that's the thing you have to lean into and actually do. And it's like, well, I'm tired from work. I'm just trying to accomplish carpool. We got to figure out what's going on for dinner. But the hard thing to do is just stop, and we're going to talk about it, and I'm going to explain it the best that I can, and then you can walk away with whatever it is, whether that's knowledge or whatever. But yeah, it's the thing that is just so hard to do in the moment that you absolutely have to do. That's actual parenting. The rest of it is actually like watching kids or babysitting, you know?
Saving
Yes.
a life occasionally, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. But you know, once you do the right thing or make that a hard conversation, usually on the other end of that, you feel much better, and it's, you know, it's past you. You've done it, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to kind of get the motivation to take that step and do the right thing, have the conversation. But once you do, you know you're on the right track, and you get that feedback and that positive, I think, from that.
I have this feeling when I'm explaining the answer to something like that, where I'm like, half the time I'll be, as I'm saying the answer, I'm kind of questioning, like, is this the best way to tell him this answer or her this answer, right? And then it kind of makes me go to that, I like this pivot where I go, well, what do you think it means, right? Which is always kind of good to ask them. At least I try to remember to ask them how it makes them feel, or whatever the situation or topic is, can be a different question about, you know, how it relates to them. But yeah.
Yeah, because you want them independently thinking for themselves.
Correct.
I like that. Right, that pivot on that.
But yeah, I'm always questioning, like, did I just say that? is that how I should explain it to the 6-year-old brain? Like, but yeah, better than not answering it, right? And better than deferring it, I guess. And sometimes I'll wait and go, babe, you asked me this. What should I? How do I go at this? Like, here's what I said to him, just so you know, if he says this to you, here's what I meant. But
let me confer with the council.
right, exactly. Yeah, for sure. And that's also a great though, because then sometimes hopefully that happens back.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like, meeting in the middle offline is the whole goal.
Well, there's a lot of that too. It's just like, well, hold on. Let me me and your mom discuss this, and then we'll approach you, like, because you want to be on the same page,
right?
You know, about how you're positioning something, how you're tackling a problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that.
And the more I say that, I'll hear him be like, "Well, but Mom already said we could," or like, and I realize the more I say it to them, they remind me that I need to do it offline with my other half more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they're answering me like, "Well, we get permission for this, this, and this without you." So I'm like, well, or vice versa, whatever. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, that's my favorite, when they tell me something, and I'll either act surprised or throw up like, what? You know, make them feel like they're in trouble for like a half second.
That's good stuff.
So full tilt. Let me pose this question to you. Here's the situation that's driving the question is at the end of kindergarten soccer, we do parents versus kids, and some of the parents are so surprising, and they're like, full tilt. They're gonna go 100 exactly. Want blood, and it was so refreshing and fun to like see another parent be like, yeah, we're going hard.
That's fun.
So how do you approach that with kids when they're like learning something new, and or maybe it's something they know and you're versus them? Do you go full tilt? How do you approach?
You know, I think it's case specific for sure. I think, you know, that going full tilt is going to help them in the long run, you know, giving them an idea of what to strive for and what that competition level might be is going to prepare them better. But on that same token, you know, you don't want to destroy confidence. You know, from the coaching standpoint, it's a slippery slope. You know, obviously, soccer you mentioned, if the parents get together and play the kids in soccer, which we do at the end of most of our seasons, if it was a 1-to-1, we're all competing, the kids don't have an absolute chance. So I think it's, a combination of the two things. You kind of give them the full tilt. You show them what's going on, and this is what we usually do in soccer is, we'll beat the tar off of them for the first part of the game, and then we'll let them claw their way back. We'll let them, kind of ease off the gas and let them claw their way back until you get to the end scenario. It's starting to get dark outside. The sun's going down, and it's, okay, next goal wins. And then, you look like you're going full tilt, but somehow the ball luck kind of goes the other way, and the kids end up scoring the winning goal, and, they beat the parents. So I think, that's maybe the most ideal way to do it, But also, my kids are competitive as heck. They go full tilt on each other, and reality, life, nobody's gonna lay down for you when you get out of mom and dad's house. When you get into college, nobody's gonna lay down for you. So you're not helping them.
And in every game, there's another kid going full tilt on them. At least one or two that's like on it, and you can see them dominating.
So I'm a full tilt guy, but with a caveat of not to crush their their confidence and their dreams.
You don't want them to walk away from trying to learn something new. Yeah. I'll level up. It's like Super Mario or something. It's like first one's a little bit easy, and then it gets a little more and more hard. At this point, I'll be like, okay, what do you want? Easy, medium, or hard?
That's hilarious. Pick your death today.
Yeah.
I kind of do it a little bit of both, and I kind of made a mistake with Ben, my little guy, because I did full tilt where I was like, when I show by example, I'll do full tilt to be like, this is exactly how you do it, right? And then I'll present it to him. And I was like, in basketball, I was like, you can't shoot it like that. You can put this hand here and this hand here, and you shoot it, and you bring your legs up. And I was like showing him the exact correct way to shoot a basketball, but he was 4 at the time, or 5, right? So he struggled with this perfect shot, and I actually did it to Ivy too. And they have her shot's amazing now, but it was too much, too early. I should have been like, just get the ball to the basket.
Just get it
right
up there.
And the form prevented him from shooting it the way he probably could have got more baskets just doing it, just whipping it.
Yeah.
So that was probably a little over the top.
It's a balance between perfect technique and just getting the reps in to get acclimated and then working on the technique.
But yeah, if I play him, they beat me every time, and he'll even be like, Dad, you got to let me win. Deal, buddy. Which is great.
Wins, losses, ties. What was a dad moment that you won, lost, or tied this past week?
Me, you.
I'll start. I would say my biggest win of the week was Saturday. And the reason I say Saturday is because we had our trivia night on Friday night, which was loads of fun. I had a great time. I ended up being the driver, so I took it easy and I behaved myself well. Fast forward to Saturday, which I knew was coming, which is one of the reasons why I did take it easy. But I had 2 third grade basketball games, 1 first grade basketball game, and starting at 10 a.m. going through till 5 p.m. Uncle Mikey's birthday was Saturday night, so we had a super full day Saturday. And I think the biggest dad win was I made sure to be responsible on Friday night, had just as good a time as if I wouldn't have been responsible, and was able to answer the bell early on Saturday morning, get through the entire day with energy and all the things I needed to do, which, quite honestly, as a younger dad, never in my wildest dreams would that have ever happened. I would have overshot the runway, been miserable all day Saturday, and not been able to get the job done. And so, huge dad win for me.
Nice. Congrats.
Huge dad win.
What are we going to get, a win, a loss, or a tie?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. So, the win was we took a vacation. Anytime you can take a family vacation, at least for me, that's a grand slam, just being able to leave and go on vacation.
Not to cut you off, but that was free, close, and fun, right? Those are the 3 things.
Yeah, right.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I thought about that one time, too. I think I said 2 things were, about price. Yeah, it was affordable, but it's what's affordable, right? Even when you think it's affordable, it still ends up being super expensive. So getting a vacation with the family and in-laws was unbelievable, right? That was a win because we had good connected time. And I'd say the win-loss is like I'm trying to do much better job of preventing a structure of screen time, just about screens in general, whether it's TV or the phone or an iPad. Like me and my wife have the iPad and phone in our house, and the kids kind of have the TV. They don't have their own devices yet, but I'm trying to do much better of just be like, okay, this really is a thing where you should only have about an hour of screen time. They say, okay, if you watch a movie, that's a couple hours. You know, who doesn't want to watch a movie on a Saturday or Sunday? So just trying to find that balance of screen time with the kids, because when I see them use it, they literally are yawning and come out of there just like phased out a little bit.
It changes their whole personality. For the day.
100%. It's very interesting, and I don't want to take those lazy days away, especially when it's cold outside, right? But it's that balance again. It's like you see it with your own eyes. I even come out of the screen time being like, huh? So, yeah, just trying to get better at that, and then seeing that as a rule, like, you know what I mean, and really following through with it, which is always tough.
So I got a
Makes me want to drink again.
I got one that's a win, a loss, and a tie. So earlier this week we were looking at the weekend, and we had this Cub Scout hike for today, Sunday.
Nice.
And I'm like, oh, it's gonna get up to the 50s this weekend. It's a paved trail, not a lot of elevation gain. Let's bring the whole family. So I convinced the whole family to go hiking. Well, today it's 32 degrees.
Do you realize what you've done?
It's paved, which means that there's still ice on half of it. And so it definitely ebbed and flowed as a win, a loss, and a tie throughout. But you know
upon
what?
the moment.
Yeah. But we finished it. They're probably really angry with Dad for making them hike on a Sunday. But they got out in the middle of winter because it was so much indoor time. It's like we gotta move or something.
Yeah,
You know?
well, I think that will lead to good things, because now when it's sunny and paved, it's like, let's go. Even more, a little bit easier. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's brewing in current events?
Oh,
Anything
boy.
coming up?
I mean, I'll just throw this out there to get it out there, right? Like, we got a big event coming in May called Froth Festival. Let me say that again. Froth. Some people.
I really think you're overreaching for something.
We need
Explain it.
We need to trademark the name. Is it
Yeah.
trademarked? I don't know. It's
Well,
frisbee golf.
If you play frisbee golf at all, it's self-explanatory. If you don't, it should still be self-explanatory. But frisbee golf, in short, is froth. Frisbee and golf. I
That's
think
right.
we got that much right.
Okay. So if you're a regular frisbee golfer, you know what froth is.
More
No,
or less.
probably
it's,
not.
it's not.
Or is it a Brett thing?
It's not.
think it's
No,
Brett
come
thing.
on. I did not come up with this term.
Okay.
No, I did not. I promise. But yeah, so we have a frisbee golf course in our local park, right? So we're very lucky, on top of many other great things. Hence why we're doing this great show, to celebrate these wonderful things. So with this park and our network of dads and so forth and families, last year we did the first annual Froth Fest. So we did a frisbee golf tournament. Jimmy was a big help. We had a bunch of the Dad's Club crew up there helping. It was great. But it was our first annual, and it's May 18th. And so we're doing frisbee golf tournament for adults, frisbee golf tournament for kids, live music from Steve Ewing, which is going to be freaking, I can't believe I'm saying that actually. Like
Awesome.
it's freaking
It's gonna
unbelievable.
be awesome.
And we're going to have, help me out with the brewery, Blue Jay Brewing, our
Yep.
local Crestwood dad and family are going to be there selling beers, which is freaking awesome. And food, we've yet to figure out either food trucks or barbecue. But no fear, I'm throwing it out there. We're doing this thing.
It's in May, so there'll be no snowballs, but you got this snowball going. It's growing every year.
Yeah,
That's
it's
like
like
100% improvement.
and it's unbelievable where it's
sure.
come in a short amount of time. So hopefully we get a massive turnout from the community. We did $17.50 last year on ticket prices. I think this year it's going to be either like $15 or $20. But
Yeah.
you'll get some great. We're growing it significantly, especially with Steve Ewing, which I can't even believe I'm saying that again. But yeah, so we have this park, and it's like our park deserves a great event. You know, so that's kind of where it stemmed from. That
For sure.
so that's not a current event now, but coming up in a few months. So sorry, just to
It'll be here. It'll be here before you know it.
yeah.
It's on the plate, man. Current events for me, I feel like, and this is specific to my family probably, but we are in a crazy birthday season. You know, we have a list that we share for groceries and other things, and on this list there's like 9 different birthday presents that we have to get.
Oh, I get it. It's your soccer and basketball teams. All of them have the same birthday.
All of them are
3
having,
months?
yeah, like in a couple 3 months, like everybody's they're all born in the same time. So yeah, we actually both girls went to a birthday party today. We divided and conquered. Mom took the older one to the birthday party. I took the younger one to the birthday party. But I feel like in the next month or two we have 7 to 10 more birthday parties, which, everybody's born, so I guess everybody has one. I feel like in my life, they just all happen to be right now. My birthday's in February, not that anybody celebrates that, except for Michael Jordan. Hey, Michael, because his birthday's my
Nice.
birthday. But, yeah, that's what I currently have going on that. The Froth Fest, we talked about that a little bit today while I was at a birthday party.
There you go.
We got the big dance coming up too, which we talked a little bit about last
Remind me
episode.
the date. February. What?
The 21st of February. It's a Friday night,
Yep.
and that's the school dance that our dad's club puts on. That's coming up here soon. I'm sure we'll talk about that one again.
I don't have a current event. I just appreciate that it's light after 5 p.m. and like it's incrementing up, and then the time change in March. It's like, yeah, I can get through it.
I'm with you on that.
Oh,
like
I'm
it.
so ready for spring. And I mean, here in St. Louis, we just started winter.
Yeah, we
we
did.
got all February.
No,
I'm afraid that we're gonna have most of March with cold weather. So we got a couple months to bear down and
Yeah.
grab a root, as my
We
friends
need to create
say.
some kind of like vacation with Dad's Club where we get out of state or something.
Man,
Yeah, that's gonna go over real well with our better half.
Well, no, they get to come too.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Levi.
Spouses
there we
too,
go.
Okay.
Spouses
bro.
too. What do we do?
He's
with
gonna start
kids?
selling tickets.
That's
to
a
an
different issue.
He's gonna
Kids,
start
you
selling
gotta
tickets
fix-
to an
that's
unnamed event occurring in a future year.
I get
I
my
like
free
it.
vacation paid for because we're all going to some place.
Do you sell timeshares?
It's funny you asked, Levi.
Oh boy.
Have mercy.
All right, you guys want to cheers on the way out? Cheers.
Cheers.
I did that opposite both ways. I like raised it and